Hey, Flosstube. I'm Suzanne. Oh my God.
I'm her mom. Not Thomas.
No. Today, Thomas is at a bachelor weekend. So he is not in the States right now. We're both a part of my cousin's wedding. My cousin Andrew, who's getting married on November 11th. And last weekend, I was at the bachelorette weekend because I'm one of the bridesmaids and Thomas is one of the groomsmen. So he's at a bachelor weekend. And so I have a guest star who is my mom.
Hi, Flosstube.
You want to tell them what your name is?
Oh, my name is Dorothy. Susie's mom, Suzanne's mom. Sorry about that. I live down the street from her. She lives in the same neighborhood as I do, and her grandparents actually live next door to me, so we're a close family. I've been stitching since I was 13 or 14. We don't need to go into how old I am now. And I work at an accounting office during the week. I'm bookkeeper / office manager / gopher person kind of thing. And so that's a little bit about me.
So, and she was super sweet and offered to come on. Well, I begged her. But
I was going to say, I'm not sure I offered. I'm not that nice.
I begged her because I knew Thomas was out of town, and I'll be honest, I haven't gotten a lot of stitching done, so I needed some stitching help with showing off some stuff, so she agreed very nicely. For my life update on, besides the wedding things that are happening, on Friday we had a digital learning day, which, how do I describe that for those who don't have?
The kids stayed home and did their computer work on the computer while she was at school at meetings.
Yes. So we used to have teacher work days, but our county has opted to take away the teacher work days and replace them instead with digital learning days, which basically means that the kids will do a homework type assignment at home for each of their classes, and it counts as a day of school.
They did a lot of this during COVID, but it works really well for the few snow days that we have here in Georgia.
Because we didn't, like this past year we got 0 snow. We didn't get any snow.
No snow.
But then last year we had a weekend that we had a snowstorm, and it kind of shuts down. When we get a lot of snow, it shuts down the entire city. We're so sad and pathetic down here. So when that happens, this is what happened, was the one year we were shut down for like a week and a half on a snowstorm. They have nicknamed the snow apocalypse. And they didn't want to extend the school year for a year and a half because that would eat into summer school. So they added an hour or 2 hours to the school day. So the kids, instead of going to school for 8 hours, they don't go for 8 hours, but they were going for longer, and they were getting home at 6 o'clock at night, and the parents were really upset by it.
Long days.
Well, and it messes with swim practice or football. Like, it just messed with things. So the county promised they wouldn't do that again, and instead have digital learning days. So if we have a snow day, the kids will just do their work at home online instead. But the kids have to practice it. Otherwise, when we get a snow day, nobody knows what to do because they haven't practiced. So that's why we do the digital learning days instead of the teacher work days, so that the kids can practice going on their e-class page, checking to see what their assignment is, and getting it completed. So my kids, they each have a quiz next week. So all I said was practice for your quiz. Very simple and easy. But yeah, that's what our digital learning day was. I had 4 hours of meetings and then I did fun things that are orchestra related. So we, as an orchestra teacher, have to do other things that maybe a math teacher doesn't. So right now we're in fundraisers season. So we can raise funds to purchase instruments, music, stands, that kind of stuff. Hi, Kitty. And so I had started collecting some money, and I had to count it all, put it on an RMC form, turn it into my bookkeeper. I did that. I met with my repair guy because we had 2 cellos and a bass that needed some repairs. Only one was a child's fault. It dropped and a peg broke, but the other 2, it's just regular wear and tear. Because of the humidity goes up and down in Georgia, the glue on the instruments tends to wear out over time, and so the fingerboard, the black part on the violin, came unglued. It just needs to be glued back. And then the screw to hold the end pin out got stripped, so we needed a new screw. So I met with him about that, and then I also set up my concerts for the year, so you have to make sure they're on the calendar, and you have to talk to everybody who's involved with concerts. You have to talk to the kids, you have to talk to the parents, you have to talk to your custodial staff because they've got to set up for your concerts. You've got to talk to the PE teachers because you're sharing their classroom, and you got to talk to your administration. You've got to talk to just all these people. So by doing some of that, we fill out this form that we have saying what we need for the concerts, and I was going through and filling out the forms for my concerts this year. So yeah, that's what I did on the Digital Learning Day.
Cool.
I know, super boring.
No, not at all. It's a lot.
Other than that, we had a trip meeting
Oh.
for our 8th graders. We're taking them to Disney and Universal, and we had their parents come in and learn all about the trip, which will be taking place in February. And the last I checked, I had 38 students signed up, but I talked to my kiddos and said, you've got 2 more days, and I had another 30 say, I promise I'm signing up. So I think I'm taking up over 60 kids to Disney and Universal in February.
Fun. That'll be nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a big group. Plus chaperones and my administrator. I have an administrator going. He agreed.
Wow.
So I'm excited about that. Yeah, that's my life update. Anything else?
No, I work in an accounting office, and we had a filing date this week. Nobody wants to hear about that.
What's the filing date?
We're kind of like, October 15th is when people who didn't file April 15th have to file. Well, corporations and stuff have to file March 15th, and then if they put an extension, they have to file on September 15th. So our office was busy finishing those up, because then there's no more dates. You have to pay penalties after that. So a lot of work, but not a lot to...
Yeah.
Yeah, so you come home and you stitch and you relax. That's...
Yeah. Speaking of stitching, y'all are going to be disappointed in my stitching, but that's why I brought Mom. So, let's go to fully finished items. Y'all saw my items last week when I posted my Decorate With Me video. If you didn't see it, go back and watch. I showed the shelves behind us. I have 2 built-in bookshelves on either side of my fireplace that I like to decorate. It's actually a lot of the reason I bought the house. And I did a sped up video of Thomas and I decorating these, but I thought I'd show you up close my previous fully finishes. So it's Fall, y'all, by Stitching with the Housewives. I think this was last year's pattern or the year before, one of those 2. But it's cute with the little house and the pumpkin in the bowl and some leaves at the top. And this, I think I found at... Oh, I'm not going to take it off there because it's glued. It's not magnetized. But I think I found this at the Dollar Tree. Put a little bow with a leaf at the top. I might have even gotten that idea from Danielle from Love and Stitch, and I think she did something similar. So that's that little finish. I showed this once before, but I'll show it one more time. I finished this over the summer. So that's the other item that is sitting over here. This is Cherry Hill Stitchery. Meet me at the pumpkin patch. And then this is sort of a fully finish. I'm cheating. Okay, I did have it fully finished on something else, but I hated it, so I ripped it off. And I need to put magnets on the back, but as soon as I put magnets on the back, it will stay, it will go on this cup here, and that's the Harvest Cup by Stitching with the Housewives. So that sits up, and Ooh, over there. That corner there. So that's where that's going to go. So that's my fully finished items.
Okay, I guess you want me to show?
Yeah.
Okay, so I finished this last year, and it's this pattern by Primrose, Cottage Stitchers, and I really liked it, and I got this at the Target dollar spot.
It's called Home Sweet Harvest Home. Haunted Home.
And as you can see, it's on a haunted house, and and I used Priscilla's, is it Priscilla's checks or no?
Yeah.
It's Priscilla. It's pretty Priscilla. Anyway, it's the very first set they came out with.
Plaids.
Plaids. There we go. Oh my goodness.
Alliteration.
And then the bow, and then I used this cute little ghosty ghost, which actually was a pin that I really liked, but he matched so nice on there that I went ahead and put him there because he just matched with the little ghosts and everything, and he just was so cheery. So you can see it. There you go.
What's in his hand?
What's in his hand?
He has a spider friend.
Oh, he's got a spider or a bat. I don't have my glasses on. So I couldn't. I have reading glasses and I can't see. But yeah, he's got a little guy in his hand, as you can see. And so I finished that and fully finished it last year. And then I have, this is a stitch along that it was a mystery stitch along that from Fat Quarter Shop that I did last Christmas. And unlike her, I really like to stitch Christmas. The mailbox was a suggestion for another project from Priscilla and Chelsea. And I don't know the name of this because it was, as I said, a Christmas mystery stitch. And you each week in your email, you got a PDF of the part. And so you didn't know what it looked like. And I had to say at one point I was getting frustrated because all this around here was the whole first one. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot. And it doesn't. And I get sidetracked. I don't know how anybody else is when I put my needle down, and you had to stitch, switch it out But anyway, I bought some stuff for Michael's to finish it. Some, I don't know really what you call those little doodads there. Picks. There you go. And there again, stitching with the Housewives fabric on the back from the same Fat Quarter that I ordered or I got as a gift. That the Halloween one was on.
It's pretty.
And so
I can appreciate Christmas stitching.
She appreciates it, but she doesn't like to do it. Now me, I know I'm going to decorate for Christmas, so I want to put my Christmas stuff out there. So Christmas and Halloween, I always decorate for, but like I have some really nice pieces from Easter, but I don't always decorate. It's always tax season when I work, so I'm busy, and so I don't always get the stuff switched out. So everyday stuff, or Christmas, or Halloween, those are my guarantees. So, okay, so I brought some pieces because I've been stitching a very long time. These were both from my mother's house. And
she ran over there this morning and grabbed them.
Yes, I ran over there. So then I got to remember where she had them and put them back. I used to get a ton of the magazines from overseas, World of Cross Stitching, and they were hard to find here, and it was so expensive to get them. In fact, when they got them at the bookstores, I was so excited because at first it was so expensive to get the subscriptions. But the subscriptions is actually where I found Chelsea and Priscilla. I didn't know. Everybody's like, "Oh, you should watch YouTube. You should watch YouTube." And I'm like, "There's nothing on there for me," because I really thought it was just, music videos. And then so I looked them up and I saw them, and I've been hooked ever since. So, okay, so this was one of the magazines they used to give the free, or they still do, give out the free little patterns. And I can't tell you which issue, and I can't remember the bear's name, but they gave you the little outside, you stitch the inside, so I stitched the bear with the daisy, and then you put him in there and you framed him. And
is he a tattered teddy?
He may be a tattered teddy, but there were several bears during this time that were popular. I don't think he's a tattered teddy because he's brown, and the tattered teddies are gray.
Oh, I don't know.
So anyway, so he hangs in my mom's kitchen. And I gave most of my stitching away back then. And I'm very thankful to all the stitchers now, especially Priscilla and Chelsea, who now have fun ways instead, because these are both in just frames, that, have all new ways to stitch, or finish them. This one I gave to my mom. It's one of her favorites. It's also in a frame. I like it because it kind of looks like the two of us. And I don't have any idea where the pattern came from. And it says, "I love you, Mom." And it looks like me many years ago, and her, and two little rag dolls giving each other a hug. And it sits in her bonus room, and it's one of her favorites. And but back then you just framed it.
Maybe I could stitch the same thing and put a blonde and a redhead.
There you go. See.
There we go.
And but it's, I can't even tell you when I stitched it. It was, well, you were born. That's all I know.
I'm old.
That's not what I was going for there. Anyway, those are a few of my fully finished. I have many items that haven't been fully finished. As I said, I started to get tired of just putting them in frames, and so pieces, there was a whole time when pieces didn't, but then when everybody was putting bows and little characters on cute little things, that just, you know.
It re-sparked your interest.
It re-sparked my interest in fully finishing. I've done pillows. I've done a lot of things as far as I've done pillows, and my mom, but I'm not a very good sewer. So my mom has helped me with those. And I've done towels, because I used to have the towels that you could do. I've done baby bibs. Both of my girls have little baby bibs. I make tons of stuff. But anyway, I was very excited when they came up with all this clever stuff.
So going on to just our finishes. Technically, I don't have any from this week, but I was going to show you previous things that are sitting on my wall of shame. I have a wall of shame because I have a picture frame that you can put like multiple pictures on that actually Mom gave me, and I put all of my shame items that I need to fully finish on.
I don't think it's shame. Hey, if you finish a project, that in itself is a goal and is a thing to be proud of.
So this one is When Witches Go Riding by Stitching with the Housewives. Again, it might have been last year or the year before that they came out with this pattern. And then this pattern, because it was number 4 in the month, came with a freebie. So I also did the freebie. And that freebie is Happy Halloween. So I want to finish these. I think I have 2 pieces from Chantel 141. I think those are the numbers. Company that I was going to finish these together so that they can go like on either side of my bookshelf or something like that. So those are my finishes that I want to show off. And then I gave you some.
Oh yeah, these are ones I did a million years ago that weren't finished either. I don't even remember. I remember doing this one. I don't remember when I did this one. It says Trick or Treat. It's got 2 kitty cats on it. I don't know how you ended up with this one, but
I think you put them in the game.
Oh yes, at Thanksgiving we play kind of a
We call it the game.
No, I know, but there's a name for it. There's an actual name for it, like a white elephant game. And everybody brings things oddly wrapped or uniquely wrapped, and we put them in, and then you roll dice and go around, and you switch the gifts around and things like that. So I put these in there as unfinished items.
And I got them.
And she got them. The other one is, this is from a magazine.
I think they're both from, I would think that one's too.
Maybe. This one isn't even ironed. Oh,
no worries. I tell them I don't
know if you can see this or not. There we go. Let's see. But little vampire.
What does it say?
It says trick or treat.
Trick. It doesn't even say
no.
The
it says trick around it in the middle of this treat. So it's supposed to be trick or you treat. So.
And did you put your initials there?
I did. My husband, her father, always is on me to put my initials on, and I'm very terrible about that. And then I would know what year and what date, but I did put my initials. There's not very many of those.
I've never done that.
You're supposed to do that because then it shows. But they do make nice little
library cards.
No, they have those, but also on Etsy you can order where you actually sew it onto your project. It has your little name on it, and they're little they remind me of little return address labels. They're about that size, and you can put those in the back or something.
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
But no, I'm terrible about putting initials or my dates. Thus, I can't remember unless it was recent.
I put all my stuff on Instagram, so I'll forever remember the date.
Yes, well, I'm not very good at putting things on Instagram either.
You put the retreat on there.
Oh, when we met, yes, because we did a finished project, and we got Chelsea and Priscilla to sign the back of our stitching, and then we took a picture with them. So I did put that on my Instagram. but I don't post on Instagram much. Your videos and that. It's pretty much all that's on my Instagram.
Yeah. All right.
I'll show what you got at the crafts place you went yesterday.
We're not going on the whips?
Oh, sure.
Let's do whips first, and then, yes, I did go to a craft fair. Sort of. Fall festival. Okay, so I'm taking a break from the things that I was supposed to be stitching, and I just wanted something that was like completely kitted up and ready to go to bring to my bachelorette weekend last weekend, and then this weekend while Thomas has been gone, I've been staying with my sister, so I grabbed the same thing. But this is Stitching with the Housewives and Fat Quarter Shop's collaboration. What is this called? Wait for it. Stitching Seasons. So they have a little village that I did the spring. I skipped the summer, and now I'm desperately trying to do the fall because I have this displayed on this wood ladder actually at the front of my house. And right now it has nothing on there, which is very sad and depressing. So I grabbed this, and this is my sad measly start because it's really hard to stitch when you're playing games. I think that was the number one thing we did these past 2 weekends was play games, and that's hard to stitch when you're playing a game. But this is what I've got. That sad little start there. It's the top of the house. And that's it. That's the only whip I have. Very sad. Hopefully I'll do better this week. There's no parties this weekend coming up.
Well, everything of mine would be new because I wasn't here 2 weeks ago. So currently I'm working on the retreat piece for Annabella's retreat at the end of October, which we are not allowed to show. So a lot of that has, my stitching time has been to that, and next I plan to start the small for that. But
I have homework. I forgot about the small.
Yeah, well, you don't have to the exchange. It's always
That's
optional.
true.
But it's a stitching with the housewife piece. At the beginning of the summer, I decided, I'm gonna get all this stitching done because we were going to 2 retreats and we were going to be traveling and I was going to have all this time. So I did not keep up because the stitching pieces for each retreat took me longer. Plus, then the smalls, it took me forever to decide and then what to make it into and so forth. And I also went on to an online retreat this summer.
Was that Annabella's?
That was also Annabella's, and then you and I went on another online retreat, Friend Stitch, and very different. Friend Stitch, you sit in front of the TV and you kind of just watch everything, and you can see people, but you don't interact with people. Versus there's a little chat room. But Annabella's, you actually go into separate little rooms like you were at a retreat, and you have a little table. And you can switch tables because they try to say, well, don't have too many people in one room. Then you can talk to the people, and so I did both of those. But anyway, I thought I'd have all the stitching time, but I had lots of goals at the beginning of the summer, so I will show what I did.
We all do.
And how far I got on them.
That's a pretty bag.
This is one of the bags I got at the retreat from
Do you remember her
Stitch,
name?
etc. But I don't remember. Well, I think it's in here. But Stitch, etc. When we went there in Indiana in the summer, they had a little store set up, and there's her card. You'll have to read it there again. I don't have my
Soulful Creations. So she is on Etsy, and her website is www.soulfulcreations.com.
This is the inside. It has a zipper pouch here, and then for your flosses here. Another little pocket there, a big pocket on both sides. Oh, here, you want to show?
There you go. Hold it.
A little zipper pouch there, which I have all my needles. There.
She broke
Here.
a needle.
I did break a needle this week. I got mad because I couldn't get this thread done, and the top popped off. It was the weirdest thing. I've never had that happen. I've had them get bent or have them do other things, but I actually broke the top off. But anyway, this is hers, and I have another one over there of hers. I bought 2 of them. I like the size because they're small enough to go with you,
Yes,
you know, anywhere.
You
'Cause
can
some of
throw
them,
it in a purse.
yeah, some of them get a little big. Doesn't mean I don't like them. I just like, and it's zippered up because, so if you,
Kind of like your own little book.
so your own little, yeah, it's about the size of a small notebook, a little bit bigger than a regular reading book. So I do like that, but it won't work for ginormous pieces, although this isn't a small piece. So this piece, I can't show the,
Because it's on your phone.
it's on my phone, which is over there. Anyway, this is the start of the Christmas that Priscilla and Chelsea have just done. That was
The
Christmas in
most
July.
recent, right.
Yes. And here, you hold this up and I'll get the finished piece and what it looks like.
So this is going to be huge, right?
Bigger. That's the first. Yeah, it'll be that long.
Wow.
So
That's quite the piece. But look how cute her stitching is.
let's see. There it is. It's called Santa's Candy Cane Lane, and it is, I do have the pattern, but I put the pattern away because what I like about having it on my phone is I can make it big so I can see, depending on, you know, where you're at, what the light is. And so I have taken to doing that with my charts. And then you have it with you all the time too, but anyway, that's that. I started that at the retreat that we went to, and I've only worked on it a little bit because I started this also. This is a stitch along, and you're also doing this. This is another. A moth landed on this, so this one I have a spot. But this is another one of the project bags. It's very pretty. These are harder to get. Christine, I'm sorry. She'll tell you when she gets back. Anyway, I'm part of the stitch. I joined the Facebook stitching group and things for Primrose Cottage Stitches. Welcome to the North Pole. And you're supposed to do one a month, and then you'd have it done for Christmas. But
I have the same.
she has the same. Yeah, we both got them at the same time because it matches. You're supposed to get what do you call that?
Show.
No, I should.
Sorry, with your moth.
It's my moth spot. I killed the moth on it, and the spot is there forever.
This was a pre-order. She was doing this for the stitch along. And then inside, you can see all my floss there. It was a lot of floss. And then she's got some pockets here. So.
And it was nice because I have the fabric for everything, and then you could order the floss pack, and then you had everything when you ordered this. And these are, you can't, we're not allowed to show the pattern, but the patterns are gorgeous in here.
They're beautiful. I've never had such a pretty, colorful pattern.
And at the bottom is place to put notes, instructions, and then.
Can I creatively show?
You could probably show.
See, they have like the picture of just what you're working on for that page. And over here they have places you can put notes.
And it's broken up into the way that the stitch along was done. However, I did not get as far as I had hoped because I had to keep stopping. And you can see the fabric is forever huge. But that's what I got done. And you can show what you got done.
This is where I'm at. Well, I didn't keep up either. I'm like 3 months behind.
Well, and part of it was
I stitched Christmas.
Now for the online ones, we didn't have things to pre-done. The one I did with Annabella's, we did an exchange, and so I stopped and did the exchange piece also. But then I stopped and I stitched my first linen piece, which I did not bring with me, which took. Once I got the hang of it, I have to say, I have stitched on 14, 10. 25, 28. I've done years ago 16s, and 18, but I haven't stitched on linen. So they had a very small piece that you could do that they gave you in your box. And did you do yours too?
Which one are you talking about?
From the online retreat.
I did the bird. Is that right?
Yes, the bird. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You even fully finished yours. I didn't fully finish.
I showed that in my first retreat.
Yeah.
Here, I can show you what we're talking about.
And so I stopped and stitched that, which took me longer than I thought because I had to get the hang of linen, and I have a light with a magnifying glass, which has really helped a lot with the smaller stitching. So yeah,
That's the bird that she's.
so I stopped and did that. But this piece, which is from Country Cottage Needleworks, it's a monthly subscription, and there again you're supposed to finish each piece, and the next piece is on its way. It just hasn't come. I haven't received it yet. And
Who do you get these from?
Fat Quarter Shop.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure I got this. I didn't get the fabric from them, but I got, was it Fat Quarter Shop? I think it was. Anyway, it comes monthly, I take it back, it's Annabella's, I think. Anyway, I really like these, and these are a lot of fun to stitch, and I'm surprised, and I'm doing them all online, but the first, it's the Beach Boardwalk set, and I don't know.
Ice cream shop.
Okay, Ice Cream Shop, thank you. So the first one in the series is Ice Cream Shop.
Bike shop.
Bike Shop.
Country Cottage Needleworks.
Yeah, they're all Country Cottage Needlework, and you can stitch them apart or you can stitch them together, and there's a Facebook group for them, which I have joined, and people are doing them different ways. And then this one is Surf Shop, I believe, right?
Yes, Surf Shop.
Surf Shop, and there's another one that should be on, I should get any day. And I really enjoyed stitching this. Sometimes something just clicks, but I've had to keep stopping for other things.
Are you doing the back stitching at the end?
Yes. So I finished 90% of the first one, and then I kind of went on just to get spacing, so I kind of knew how things were going to look. And then there again, I've been working on the retreat piece and some other stuff so that I couldn't get to the third one at all. But the first one is mainly finished. There's words that go up there, but I haven't done that, and I'll go back and finish that later. And then there's the Surf Shop.
I started the first one, but there's so many other things that I wanted to do.
I really like this, and I love the colors. And there again, I ordered the whole pack so that you're supposed to have the whole floss pack for the whole entire thing. And I didn't know how I'd be because it was little houses with a lot of, but I've actually enjoyed it. My current retreat piece is going a little slower than I had thought it would go. Yeah. It's a very nice piece, and I really like it a lot, and I love the way it's going to turn out, but it's just taken me a bit longer than I had figured. Sometimes you set it down and you don't pick it up for a day, and that does happen. Oh, and this is the other bag that from the same
Soulful Creations.
Yes, and seeing has this looks like that on the back. It's kind of quiltish. And then same thing on the inside, same kind. And then she was selling needle minders, which I got because I thought that was really cute. And it would match in there nicely. Mm-hmm. So, and that we got those at the retreat when she was selling them, but she does sell them online as well.
Yes, you can you go to Soulful Creations and you can see her needle minders and such. And she just sold more of the bags at Chantel's pep rally retreat, which Stitching at the Housewives are going to be at next
2024. They just announced that.
We might have to consider that. Anyways.
The sign-up's now.
Is it really?
But it's in Michigan, which...
It's a little further than...
It's hard for me to go to Michigan in September because of work. But so then I brought one piece that I have been working on for years. Every year at this time...
I'm working on the same piece. We're all working on the same things.
And I'm
almost done, too.
Oh, yeah, I guess I don't have the thing. I don't know why I'm hoping that with this new light that I have, that the white stitching on this, I should have picked a darker fabric. That I definitely know. But every year I pick it up, I do a few, and...
For some reason, I'm having the hardest time finishing this.
Yeah, and it really shouldn't, and I really like it, but this is always one of my yearly goals, which I haven't made so far. So, and it's Country Cottage Needleworks. It's called...
Santa's List.
Santa's List. And as you can see, it's, you can see I have gotten so far in no place at all.
We've bought the finishing pieces for this already. Or
no,
you did yours.
I used mine because I had it for so long. You just saw me. I had put something else on it because, or was it that? Anyway,
There's
I know.
Santa. that you hang in your living room?
Yes, I have another piece I didn't bring today, but that I hang in my family room, and I used it because it just took me so long, and I at moments have given up, but this is how far I've gotten on it. Ooh. And I've had a hard time with the white. I was off, I had to pull out, I don't know.
I think it's partly also the fabric. This is not my favorite to stitch
This
on.
fabric, I shouldn't have stitched this on.
I agree.
There's too much white, and the fabric, for some reason, makes it difficult, so unless either I've got a very good light or a very bright light, I'm having a hard time. The words actually went pretty fast, but the snowflakes have been hard.
Yes.
And
something about
so-
that fabric, the threads stretch weird, and so I get off. I hate the fabric that I chose, and I think it's the same fabric you're stitching on it.
Oh, it may be.
That's why I don't like it.
And I have this in a cute little, isn't that cute with the puppy and the,
Who's that?
this is a lady I found on Etsy, and I can't remember her name.
She doesn't have a tag.
You can see,
Let's see.
I don't think there's a tag
Sometimes.
or anything in there.
We've bought a couple of her bags.
Yes, and she, because that's not dot goose. It's a,
No, because she quilts. That's hard to see, but you can see it's kind of quilted.
and I love the puppy dog.
Find her and link her down below so that you can see who she is.
Oh yeah, because I can always send you. All right, those are all my.
That's all your whips?
Oh goodness gracious, no! I have tons and tons of whips, but those are all the whips I was willing to take a few
bring
time
today.
to bring with you today. Goodness gracious, I'd have to drive half. Oh my, yeah, years and years of.
I live 7 doors down, but we drive to each other. I used to live 2 doors down in a rental, but then I bought this place. So I doubled my distance away from my parents. I moved away.
And her house is very similar to mine, except I don't have the pretty bookcases.
No. I wonder if the bookcases were original with the house or if they built them after.
They were original. Yours was one of the original models. We moved here. She grew up down the street, and
So this neighborhood is 25, 30 years old.
your sister's 26, 25 is when our house when we moved in, but the front of the neighborhood was about 2 or 3 years old. So
Both her house and the house I'm living in were custom made. They're custom built, so like our houses don't look quite like all the other ones. And
no, there was many builders in there, so different builders built different things, and so there's somehow a couple houses are the same, but a lot of but none of them anyway. They're all to that lot because she's on a corner lot and I'm not, so her house fits better on a corner lot than I would.
My house is stupidly on this lot. Like, okay, this corner lot technically is a square, but my house is on the corner of the square. So I have all this room on the side and on the corner of my backyard. But then my house is very, like, almost sitting on the other line of, it's just, I don't know. There are things I love about this house, but there are things I would change if I wanted to build my own house one day. So, all right, now we're going on to haul, which I think is just me.
Well, no, okay. I had haul, but I'm not allowed to show any of it because I got the Primrose Cottage sip and stitch, and she didn't get her box. But my box came, but they've asked us not to show anything for a week. So that
Mine-
everybody's is a surprise.
I don't know what happened. It said it was delivered to my mailbox. Either somebody stole it from my mailbox or they delivered it to the wrong
It wouldn't have
house.
fit in your mailbox, so it had to have been on the porch because it was too big of a box.
But I have looked in the bushes. I have looked all through my porch. I have a wraparound
Sometimes
porch.
things get delivered to other neighbors and it takes them a while to give them to you.
So-
And the other thing I got was Fat Quarter Shop's Fabric Flare of the Month.
Oh,
You
and
had
I
that
had
too.
that.
But there again, we were going to wait for people who hadn't gotten
Oh,
it.
we were?
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. I guess we're not.
We might get in trouble.
No,
I'm gonna get in trouble.
I'm not going to get in trouble. I left mine at home. It's
Okay.
beautiful. I have to say, I just joined and this is my first month and I quite like it. It's very neat.
I love fabric flare. I love I don't know. It's so satisfying to stitch through it because it's soft fabric still, but the fibers in the fabric are still stiff. So it's very easy to get a needle through it and I just love it. I've been a part of it for 3 years and I'm not going to lie, my fabric flare stash is this big. But, all right. So I guess since we're talking about it, if you don't want to be surprised with,
No, if you do. Huh?
if you don't want to be surprised, look away, skip forward a couple seconds. But this is the fabric flare fabric that came for this month. You'll see it is fabric with leaves, and then I believe this pumpkin is on the fabric. And
It is.
So they always give you suggestions because otherwise I'd have no idea how to stitch this. But there's little suggestions at the top here of what you could stitch with this fabric. It is beautiful.
It is, and it's huge. The piece is, you haven't opened yours, but the piece is huge. And it's really neat, and I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do with mine.
Oh, do you? What are you gonna do?
I'm not telling because
But what if I want to do it?
you won't want to do it. I don't think anybody else would want to do this.
Holy cow,
Yeah,
that's
it's
huge!
But, and then I think the way, once I stitch on the front, I'm going to stitch on the front of the pumpkin, and then I'm going to turn this over and hang it on with a
Dowel?
dowel.
Are you gonna make him a jack-o'-lantern?
Maybe. I liked it.
She likes faces.
I do.
She likes to put faces on everything. You should see her
happy face.
retreat piece.
I changed, well, we're not allowed to talk about that. I don't want to get in
It's a
trouble.
fall piece, they know that.
Oh,
'Cause it's a
well,
fall
anyway,
retreat.
I changed my pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns.
She loves anything with a face. I probably.
Okay, that sounds weird.
I
I think it's cheerful and smiling. Let's put it that way.
She likes cute. Where do you think I got it from? So that's our brick flare. And then I also got my Bee in the Bonnet stitch cards from Lori Holt. I am caught up, and this is set R, so we only have like 5 or 6 of these to go, and then the subscription is over. These are cute. She had very similar ones to these, but these are like fancy versions of them. So, I don't know who this is by. I'll have
There's
to
a
look
sticker
it
on the
up.
front.
It says, I think that's the name of the pattern. Ragtag Quilt Art. I may be wrong. But sorry for those who are on headphones. Okay. Yeah,
That's
she
cute.
doesn't have a tag. Okay, backstory. I got this from the retreat. This is by
It's on here.
Creative Country Girl. You can go to her website called tamlyblock.com. She was selling these bags at the retreat, which is beautiful and I love it. This is a tag that you can write what's in the project bag. But I really, as you know from my Goose project bags, I like to have a project pal to put in here. So I went searching on Etsy to see if there was a project pal like item, and I found this from this lady who I thought it would match really well because it's Lori Holt fabric that can go in there. And then inside she has a place where you can put your needles and some pockets. Ooh! Lost it. I think this is a needle minder that obviously comes off. Like, this is really fancily done. Fancily? Is that a word?
Maybe.
But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this. So I got that in the mail as part of my haul, and I'm going to put that in my bag now. So I have a project keeper in there. And then I got my monthly weigh-in November. I hadn't even started on the October one. Life is hard. Too many things I want to stitch. But Mom really likes the turkey.
I do like the turkey. The turkey is so cute.
It is. So that came in. I stayed with my sister this weekend, and at the Target I have a tail. At the Target dollar spot, there is fuzzy pumpkins, and my sister Katie went crazy and we counted them. She bought 18 of these fuzzy pumpkins.
Are you serious? I did not know that.
18. They're everywhere in her house, and she knew I was super jealous of them. I really like the pumpkins, so she's like, okay, pick one out. So I picked out this fuzzy pumpkin. So thank you, Katie, for letting me take home a pumpkin. Now she has 17. But she does. She has a lot of pumpkins in her house. And then something else we did this weekend was go to a fall festival in a local town. So I don't know how the rest of the world works, but we live in a big county that's made up of lots of little towns. And so this town, while it wasn't the town we live in, it's still only like 5-10 minutes away because there's lots of towns and it just takes like 5 minutes to drive across town. So we went to another town's fall festival and it had a craft fair as part of it. I love craft fairs. I like to go to as many of them as possible, and I like to buy people's crafts because I think they will make great finishes. So this is what I thought would make a really good finish. He's a kitty cat. He's a wood piece. He was $20, and you can see he has his eyes painted on and he's got some ribbon. And so I thought I could maybe finish. Sorry, cat's in the way.
We have a cat.
I thought, okay, because this is really popular right now, is all of Liz Matthews' pieces that just came out. She re-released this piece, but I have the magazine from last year of her pattern Boo, which is got some pumpkins and a crow. It says Boo, and it's got kitty cats with hearts on their butts. Kind of reminds me of My Little Pony. So since I have this, I thought I could stitch that and fully finish him on the kitty. Now, I've already measured, and the piece is going to hang off a little bit on either side, but I don't think it will be that bad. It will look like the kitty's holding the pattern. So, you know, future plans that probably won't happen this year, but maybe one day in the future. We'll see. So that's from the fall festival. And then I have a friend named Luke. He's a family friend, and his mother sews. So I got this really cute bee pillow from her. And look, she appliqued that bee on there. Isn't that amazing? Her website is defabriccreations.com. So
She has a lot of nice things.
She has beautiful items. I told Luke to tell his mom that I need 11 more of these pillows cases, one for each holiday or each month, so that I can change his out, because look how beautiful it is. And I cannot sew to save my life. So I'm impressed that somebody can do applique. So yeah, that's why I got the fall festival. Last thing, I got all those stickers that I showed you in the last Flosstube from Colorado Cross Stitcher. So I didn't know what to do with stickers on water bottles. I knew it was the thing, but I didn't really understand how it works. So during the Bachelorette weekend last weekend, I asked all the younger girls, because I'm in my 30s and they're all in their 20s. I said, okay, how does this work? And they said, it's supposed to make a collage. So I bought a purple Yeti that I thought would look pretty with these particular stickers, and I am starting the collage. I have a few more stickers I need to put on, but you can see there, that is the cross-stitching water bottle sticker collage that I have started, and then I know I have a couple more I need to put on there. So, oh yeah, thanks, Mom. Okay, do you have your phone? Do you have that picture that I sent you? Mm-hmm. I did pick a winner. I had 42 comments with the word pumpkin in it. Thank you to everyone who commented last week. It was interesting finding out where most of you found me, and most of you found me through YouTube suggestions. But a couple of people was word of mouth or Instagram. And the winner of the Pumpkin Patch Primrose Cottage Stitches is Southern Louisiana Stitcher. So congratulations to you. Oh, you cannot see that. Oh, there you go. Okay. So, and she wrote us a beautiful comment. So thank you, Kim. If you will contact me, the best way to contact me so that I see it is my Instagram. If you send me a message on Instagram, it will pop up to my phone and I can see it immediately. And my Instagram name is suzanne.xstitches. If you do not have Instagram, you can email me at treblekitty@gmail.com. That is TREBLE kitty.com @gmail.com. But if you go that route, just send me a message so I can go searching through all of my spam mail to figure out where your email went, because I'm not very good at using my personal Gmail account, I will be honest. I have a school email, so I use that mostly instead, but I won't give you that email address. So you can email me there, or if you have Instagram, the best way is to go through Instagram and message me, and then I will get this sent out to you. So congratulations. We'll do more giveaways in the future. Mom gave me some items that we can give away in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then future plans. So what's your Stitchy plans now?
After I finish the retreat place, I'm going to do the small, and then I want to catch up back on these. I don't have a future piece because I bought some pieces at the retreat. We don't have a store here nearby.
nice.
Yeah, the nearest one is in North Carolina, which is about 2.5 hours away.
Is that Annabella's?
And so, or we sometimes in Florida we'll catch one. There's one down in
We're in Florida a lot.
yeah, and my parents have a house there as well as here. They spend half the year there, half the year here, and so, but we don't have one here. So when I get in front of stuff, so I did buy quite a bit because who hosted the retreat?
Stitch, etc.
Stitch, etc. Stitch, etc. bought a ton of their stuff from their store there, and which was very nice. And then they had other vendors as well, and so I did buy quite a bit there because when you can get your hands on it versus and there's no shipping, and so I probably will go through some of those pieces and decide they're Christmas pieces, but don't tell her.
I'm stitching a Christmas piece. I do stitch Christmas. I think I'm now being known as the Flosstuber who doesn't stitch Christmas. I do stitch Christmas, guys. In fact, a commenter even suggested that I do different themes. So one year I could do a Nutcracker theme and put out all my stitching for Nutcrackers. And another one I could do a tree theme. I don't know. So I liked that comment, but I do stitch Christmas. I do have Christmas whips. I'll show you my Christmas whips come December. Kitty cats they're excited I'm home because I haven't been home basically for 2 weeks. So that's your stitchy plans. My plan is I've got to do this retreat piece. I think I have a total of 25 stitches in it. Yeah, I really need to get working on that so that
We
it's
have a month and a
finished.
half though, so
Do we? Mm-hmm. Okay, I feel better about my
so it's
life.
not till the last weekend in October. And they sent this piece out early, which I was glad. I don't know why. The last piece didn't take me so long, but this one has taken me longer.
Yeah, so I need to do that. And then, I don't know. I have all these grand plans, but I don't have a ton of time. But next weekend, it should be a more chill weekend. So I plan to get lots of stitchy things done then. And I shouldn't be staying after school for trip meetings and things like that. So I should have some time in the evenings to stitch as well. So I also need to finish my piece from Nicole's 4. I never got around to stitching those letters.
You will.
Eventually, even if it's 4 years from now. Those are our future plans. And then, even though Thomas is not here, I didn't even ask him permission to do this. I'm just doing it. I'm going to show a Lego piece. I bought these for him. Maybe during our anniversary when we were in Disney Springs. I just thought they were so cute. So, this is one of his Lego items. It's a Mickey Mouse picture. Look, he's 3D. And then you can't have Mickey Mouse, especially during our anniversary, without, obviously, Minnie Mouse. So, there she is up close. These aren't too expensive either. I don't remember exactly how much they were, but they weren't like hundreds of dollars like some of the other Lego pieces are, so these were fairly cheap, and he did them within 15 minutes. But aren't those cute? So, that is his Lego piece. And look around and make sure we got everything. I think that's it for this week. Alright.
Well, it was nice visiting with you all.
Yes, happy stitching. And I'll see you with some kind of video next week. I haven't figured out what it's going to be yet, but we'll let you know. All right, bye friends.